Food introduced into a corporate meeting automatically creates a room where everybody is subconsciously mirroring, i.e., signals of relaxation, guards let down, and the healthy movement patterns of people eating. The subconscious behavior creates an extremely pleasant atmosphere that far more business deals tend to take place.
David, you sound like a professor. David, let's talk about food. How can food affect a serious business atmosphere? Say, an important meeting.
Excellent question, Yitzchok.
Thank you.
I actually have two very interesting answers.
Okay.
There is a famous saying, food sets the mood.
Sure does.
I want to elaborate on that just a little. Number one, when important people enter into a corporate meeting, there automatically is a room full of tension.
Yes, stiff.
Skinny, tight-fitted suits, ties pulled all the way up there to the brim.
Ouch.
You see, when you bring food into the equation, all of a sudden people let their guard down. Now, why is that? I want to tell you.
Okay.
The most polite way to eat is to eat calmly and relaxed. Hence, ties gently loosen a little, jackets open up or even come off, and the entire meeting automatically turns into a much more relaxed and pleasant atmosphere to be in. Number two, food creates a certain form of mirroring. Mirroring is the behavior in which one person subconsciously imitates the gesture, speech pattern, or attitude of another. This concept takes place in everyday interactions and often goes unnoticed by both the person enacting the mirroring and the person that's being mirrored.
So true.
Studies show, studies show that when one is being mirrored or mirroring occurs, it automatically creates a natural commonality, a connection which puts both parties on the same page for the good. Food introduced into a corporate meeting automatically creates a room where everybody is subconsciously mirroring, i.e., signals of relaxation, guards let down, and the healthy movement patterns of people eating. The subconscious behavior creates an extremely pleasant atmosphere that far more business deals tend to take place.
David, you sound like a professor. No, but it's so true. It's so true. I mean, you articulate
he
it
has
so
the
well.
science.
Yeah, and accent doesn't hurt there. All right, I'm just going to be honest.
I appreciate that.
Shimshi, I'm going to turn to you. Let's get more specific. You have a wide range of foods. Really, and I've seen it, from the mushroom quiche that Jeffrey Hazlett couldn't stop eating, and, just those cheesecakes, unreal. Are there certain types of foods that work better for certain types of events?
Absolutely. When a customer calls in, we get to understand what types of event the customer is talking, what crowd type, what time of the day, which is extremely important. Is it in the morning, afternoon? Is it 5 o'clock, where usually people get a little more hungry? So we can recommend the right food. So for instance, an interview, we wouldn't be giving eggplant parmesan, right? But when it comes to a 5 o'clock event, then that's a thing. So we, in general, focus a lot on the finger food, which is generally good for meetings and for these type of corporate events.
David, I'm going to go back to you here. Kuuny, I have some more questions for you as well. But just, David, we all know that it's important to send gifts to people, you're doing business with, But, I'm just going to ask, sending a bottle of wine or a tray of chocolate, is that becoming too passé? How could delivering, and I understand, we didn't talk about this yet in the show, that you even have a service that if company A deals with company B, and let's say, they want to win them over, okay? And you have a service that they can order from SOHO Platters, and that means company A sends the entire meal to company B, and of course their whole team now has a great appreciation and love for company A. I mean, can you explain that? How does that work?
So I'm going to jump in here. I'm going to elaborate. I'm going to elaborate a little on that. Basically, the challenge what companies have when sending food to other businesses is it's a little tacky, because when you send Yitzchok to your client, for instance, so the client would call up their cafe with a price tag attached to it.
It's
and
very
they would
awkward.
have to they would have to call you back
Yeah.
and say, okay, the food costed $500, and it's kind of how much
It's
should
very
we spend?
awkward. It's
How
very
much should we
awkward.
spend? So what we did is we created a perfect formula to send a gift without having the recipient being involved in terms of monetary, and it should be a smooth process for the sender. So what we created a form, a very simple form. For instance, if Bottom Line Marketing would want to send for their client, we would put the Bottom Line Marketing logo on that form, and we would send it to you would send it to the client. Now, the client would receive the form in the email, and basically the client gets to fill out that form saying, okay, we want it next week,
Right.
Tuesday.
At the time that they want it.
Correct. And how many people they have in the office. So this kind of takes away the back and forth.
Such detail.
And what happens is once the client presses submit, you get to review those documents and kind of approve those documents. Once you approve the form, we at SOHO Platters receive this form, and we kind of come into that company, and
It's all done automatic. The
All
second
done-
you hit approve on your email, and it's automatically in our system. We have all the client's address and information for how many people.
Amazing.
And it just goes with the flow. It's
So I'm just going to cut right in here because there are so many details that go on under the hood, as they say, behind the scenes. But for the customer from company A, who's the customer ordering from SOHO Platters for company B, it's just it makes it seamless, and it's very smooth to order it. Yet at the same time, it's very, very comfortable for company B to handle this. It's not
Correct.
in a way that's uncomfortable or tacky.
Correct. So I'll give you one example.
Sure.
So for instance, if you are, let's say, doing construction on a new project in a home, and you want to treat the person that's moving into that home, you would actually send out an email with that link to that customer.
Nice.
And that customer gets to fill out the day that they're moving in. And this is kind of a gesture to show that you appreciate the customer. And on the day of their customers moving in, that customer receives a beautiful SOHO package. And without the interaction back and forth from the consumer to the recipient.
I love the honor of interviewing C-level executives and sharing their great advice and perspective on Mind Your Business. I'd love to get your feedback. Post it in the comments below and subscribe. You'll never miss an edition of Mind Your Business.